We are now in Module 7, Aspect 2 of Desjardins' discussion of commerce and free speech in cyberspace. And we're discussing the first part of commerce in cyberspace, which is the digital rights management, DRM. We're going to contrast DRM to fair use, first sale, and consumer safety concerns. And we are going to also discuss the relationship between digital rights management and price. Digital right management refers to that producers are able to code the software to restrict the use of the software, whether we're talking about programs, books, films, music, etc., as software. DRM may be used for moral regulation and purposes, such as restricting by passwords the use by minors of software that is inappropriate to them. But the main moral concern with DRMs are their impact on seeing and violation of principles of fair use, first sale, and privacy. That is to say, seeming violation of principles of fair use, first sale, and privacy. Producers can include subroutines in the software that do not allow users to look at the source code of the purchased software, or do not allow them to use that software on other devices, copy it for others, etc. If this code indeed violates fair use and first sale principles, then the code should be regulated by law. To the extent that we think fair and first sales principles are valid with regard to the specific products in question. In the past, DRM has been ordered by courts to be removed when it made consumers especially vulnerable to viruses and attacks by hackers. Also, DRM has been ordered to be removed by courts when it allowed producers to access the devices onto which the purchased software has been installed. And this was done for the purposes of tracking the purchases activities by the producers. And that's what makes that software that's been sold to people also susceptible to hackers. Why would the producers want to track the activities of purchasers? To compile data on them, to figure out more effective software for these types of people, or perhaps even to sell that data. Thus, the moral and legal issue of privacy and the related issues of autonomy and utility are of concern with the DRMs, in addition to the fair use and first sale principles. DRM has been employed by music and film industry to prevent circulation of songs, movies, etc. to those that have not paid for it. But the removal of DRMs by these producers led to the raising of the prices. Do music and film producers have such intellectual rights over their products that they're justified in placing DRMs on them to restrict circulation? The market's answer to this question is that they increase their prices when they do not exercise such rights. Why are the prices increased? Well, because without DRMs, more of the software is shared, less of it is purchased, and so producers recuperate lost profits by raising the prices. Let us note in passing here that DRM, or code more broadly, can itself be regulation, and regulation more effective than law at that. Rather than punishing the access to explicit material by minors or reproduction of music and film beyond purchase, DRM preempts the possibility of those actions themselves. Tavani calls this type of regulation private and has pointed out the dangers of it in addition to benefits. It's an interesting way to deter a crime rather than punishing it after the crime takes place.